Hello, and thanks for joining us on this edition of Ministerial Chat, featuring, as usual, the Honorable Minister of Federal Capital Territory, His Excellency Nyesom Wike. My name is Benga Arulema. I work with Africa Independent Television here. I'm the moderator of the series. The Honorable Minister is here. It's a lovely weather in Abuja this morning. Honorable Minister, good to see you, sir. And with your kind permission, let me introduce my other colleagues here. Digital, for Koi is a brand new face, joining us for the very first time on this media chat. Digital is the editor of Nation's Capital and Northern Operations, the Sun newspaper. So good to see you. Sitting next to Tutu is Somna Sambu Shagari. Of course, Somna is a face you know too well of this series. Somna is head of news, Arise News. Somna, good to see you. And on the other side of the aisle, we also have joining us for the first time on the program, Leo Sobechi. Leo is Group Political Editor, Guardian Newspapers. Good to see you too, and welcome on board. Sitting next to Leo is Ayo Ozumbaku. Ayo is Abuja Bureau Chief, TVC News. And sitting next to Ayo is also a brand new face on the media chat, but it's a face you know too well as well. It's my pleasure to welcome Kayla Megwa. Kayla is senior presenter, producer, senior reporter, senior everything. Channel television. Good to see you, Kayla.
Thank you so much.
Honorable Minister, you're welcome to this series. All right. The last time we were here, consistently we have spoken about the third anniversary of Mr. President. The most talked about month is you had promised what promises to be a month-long commissioning of projects. We are here now. Can you take us through these projects and probably what the significance of each project is?
Well, thank you very much, Benga, and let me say good morning to all of you, particularly those of you for the first time meeting to chat. Benga, like you said, we have reiterated several times that this third year will be a different one from the past two times in terms of the first anniversary of Mr. President, which was 2024, and then the second anniversary, which was 2025, and this time 2026, which is the third year anniversary. To attest to that, in 2024, we had 9 days of commission of full projects of the people of Abuja. And then in 2025, we had 19 days of commission of projects by Mr. President and other leaders of the administration. This 2026 will be 31 days of commissioning of the acting projects to the residents of Abuja. We're supposed to start pending the conference of Mr. President on the 8th of June, which is likely to be Monday and next week. And like I said, this project is not only concentrated in the city center, and also in the supply towns, or what we call other area councils, ranging from roads to water and to residences of public officers. Let me start with the supply towns. You agree with us that sometimes most people have said development is only being centered in the cities, and those in the rural areas, or what we call the supply towns, do not feel the impact of government. And as a result, there are no infrastructure in the local areas. It has also affected them in terms of security. I remember when we came on board on this security kidnapping in the rural areas, and it was a very big problem for us. And what we did was to go to the rural areas of the satellite towns and interact with the stakeholders, the chiefs, the youths, the women, and other leaders. And what I found very interesting is like they know their terrain and they're able to say, look, we have problems, and these problems are, most of the rules are not passable at all. Even where they have an attack, they cannot repel or they cannot fight back because once these attackers come, they hit, and then by the time they run back, there's no room for you to pursue them, or even if you have the car, nothing to do. And they identify with them. Say, for example, Wali will tell you, if you do so, this is where we think they're coming from. If this road can be put to use, it will help us a lot. But Wanda will tell you the same thing. Ahmad will tell you the same thing. Ujo will also tell you. So, we took cognizance. We didn't just sit here to say, let's go and do so. No. The people are dominated the rules that they want and of use to them. And I can tell you today, those rules have been done. And it has really helped in terms of using security and in terms of having access to their farm lands. I'm sure the Alliance Bank is there. He can attest to the fact that today, Karo, which is one of the projects we are going to commission, virtually all the rules in town, as they requested, have all been done as they requested. Because, you see, what I found that in governance, if you sit in your office and contractors come and say, look, that this road here that is bad, you don't even know whether that's where he lives. You know, but this one that the people say, look, help us. If you can help us to do these roads, we'll be very comfortable. And again, not the first time, they have made promises to us. 2 years ago, they made promises to us. 5 years ago, up till now, nothing has been done. So, what do you think? You are different. I will say, no, we are different in self. Whatever promise we make by the grace of God, we will implement it. And that is how people are going to feel the impact of it. If everybody says no, because what I should say, no, you're telling lies. So I know, I can't see it of you. Seeing is what? Believing. Empirical, factual, not 3D is what you can see. But that is not only for that. You remember last time, in the second year anniversary of Mr. President, we did infrastructure of water within the cities. But the brother said, look, we can't concentrate. Let's also move to satellite towns to provide them water. In this study anniversary, Mr. President will commission the water provision in Kano access at our first Oroso and some of them there. And we will also, that area belongs to Abba. But on the rural side, I'm not even sure anybody should call Karuna the rural area. It's not possible again because with the transformation of that area, I'm very close to the city here. It will be difficult for you to say receive a satellite dam, but since it has been classified for population explanation, now we're also going to commission the water which is another area. You see, what I found out is that when this contract was awarded to FCT, remember when Mr. President traveled to Beijing, one of the areas was signed, one of staggering, has to do with the provision of water, a satellite town. And they gave it to CGC, and as I speak to you, that is ready to be commissioned by Mr. President. So, 2 area councils have been taken care of in this fiscal 2025 to 2026. So, ABAC has taken in the rural area, which is the Karo Oroso area, and Nabuari has taken. We believe by this 2026 budget, well, what have been budget, our own budget. We'll also go to Kuje and probably Wata-wata or Wadi as the case may be. We have also looked at the area of Kwadi. We have been a commission. Remember, Mr. President last year commissioned A2 to Pi. It was about 13-14 kilometers. A2 to Pi. Now A2 has to do with the federal road that leads to Lokoja. Then we now ordered from Pi to Gomani. That is still ongoing. I don't know why the contractor will be able to finish, but I believe that before the end of this year, it will be finished. Then we have to from Gomani to Yangoji, which is about 14 kilometers, which is very big long span of bridge. That has been completed. And it's one of the projects that Mr. President will commission. You go to Dede, about 17 kilometers, which is being done by Lubrix, has also been completed to be commissioned by Mr. President. You go to the Kasara area, where you have the Really Hope house in the project. It's about 14 kilometers of those which has been completed by this administration. So our attention is not only focused on the cities. I believe by this, just small thing would have included Apo Kashi, but that would be completed saying just to. You remember that road had been too political. Yeah. That road was awarded in 2010. 2010, a political road. So that was like complained the way this was. We have to terminate that contract. We terminated the contract, and a lot of people say, "Oh, why did it become political? What's political about it?" People now they are restless. Look, with this rule is very, very important for us to do control the same. So we can come from Apo, I mean from Kashi to Apo, or from Apo to Kashi. That's been done by the SCC. So if you go there today, just even if I say 2 months, maybe it may be long, but all I do to be completed this year. Now you also go to Buhari to Kubwa. Buhari to Kubwa will also be completed this year. This month we are going to commission, we have to if you know from Bazamoro, what you could call Arab Road, also been done by Zibrazet. That will be commissioned this study. Now, if you are going to the airport of the Clinton, it's what called the Tundu Badaki Road. It's been done by CCECC. It has been completed. It's a 7.7 kilometers to be completed.
Is that going to Kuje? Is that going to
No. I want to Windows of the Clinton. If you go to the airport, of the Clinton Road, it takes you to Kokorit, to do Abadaki. That road has been completed. Now we have also awarded from Madaki to Suba. So that people from Suba who want to go to the airport don't need to go all this way. They go from there, head down to the airport. That will be the migration of that particular section will be completed in December. Now, one rule that's very key to everybody that we're talking about, if you commission this one, is Kuje to Wata-wata. There are 2 sections. One section is about 7 kilometers. The second section is about 7 kilometers, 14 kilometers. But the rest of the first section has been completed with the condition that, but they are still working on the second section. That's just dualization of that road from Kuje to Wata-wata. Remember when we came in 2023, we have to dualize the garage, the junction, down to where now started from Kuje to Wata-wata. Another road that we commissioned this June is Airport Junction to Kuje. I wish you just that line. Look at the road itself. How many lanes? 8 lanes.
8 lanes.
This is a job that was awarded. The contractor never moved to the site. When we came, I went to Kuje to talk to the party, to the stakeholders and the MS said, this road has been awarded. The contractor is not there. I will make a promise. It's okay. We'll take it to our people thought to this kind of yes, normal promise. Being kind of Arab contractors, I think my chest to say, look, we are so satisfied, we are fulfilled that road has been completed. If you pass there in the night, what are you doing in the city here? You have no need to come to the city and stay. You just go and find a place there and say that you stay here. And by the time you see this place, you won't even know whether you're in the town again or you're in the satellite. Now, you remember people have made promises to uphold mechanics to move them out of that place. Government to come and make promises. It has not happened. Pastors, I speak to you now. You see, you move them to where? No infrastructure. As I speak to you now, we have provided infrastructure to Wasa, where upon mechanic will now be moved to the informal sector. Provided good roads, water, we have taken that. It's promise made, promise. Now, we have also, remember, the first last year, if I remember, it was the Senate President that commissioned the first set of OSAs going to Wasa. This June, we were thinking that was the first road that should be commissioned from the second section of the two champion down to Long Beach, going to SCs. It's something to see that indeed people are happy. And if you go to that place, that all of the Apple is there every day, instead of the road, God should continue to play. That's what I think you say. People are happy, people are not afraid of the impact of classical. Is it really just because we want to say so intellectually that we are saying something as a government? All that. I'm not saying I've never happened everything, I'm not saying. But if you are really a resident in Abuja, can you, in truth, say you don't feel the impact of this government? Forget about their sentiment. Forget about, oh, I want my village man to be president. Forget about, no, I want my state man to be the president. If you are really staying in Abuja, will you say this government has not made any impact in terms of whatever you make it? And we are not saying we have done 100%. If we have done 100%, we don't need to say, okay, give him another opportunity. But there is hope. That's what is going on. There is hope. We are going to commission the Court of Appeal division. I remember when we came that the president of the appeal you have here, there are two courts halls. That's what you have. Two courts. Yes. Today, by the grace of God, when Mr. President commissioned that project, we have 10 courtrooms. But you pronounce it better. So you can pronounce it better. Don't go to the television now to say, Minister don't pronounce from there. So, but you know what I'm talking about. That was 98% of the commission. You go to what I was saying to African Connection Katakbi. Go and see that those roads have been completed by CGC. If you go to Last Carbon called M5, George Vega has completed that road with a very long bridge. That also be done. Look at the justices' residence. You would think that, look, for you say, I think we have arrived. The essence is to provide what to make the judiciary not to complain. Welfare is key. Not so much money is to lavish. If you stay in a good environment, you have to put in your best. Look at this environment here. Why would you be in this environment? I you put in your best. Go and see the judges' residences. We paid for Court of Appeal, for Federal High Court, for FCT High Court, and all carefully furnished.
Some Nigerians are saying that this is to reduce the judiciary.
That arm of government is to do what? What would be for National Assembly is to do what? What would be for the police is to do what? What would give support to INEC is to do what? Okay, now if you give the child to pay, now you want to say, who, assume that any conflict in contract, who will interpret it? Where will you go to? That's not the case. For Christ's sake, that's not the case. Inducement, every time inducement. I was governor of Rivers State. You had that. We had the worst court of appeal, where people are sitting when it is raining. They sit on plastic chairs. As a governor, the cases that have been handled out. If you don't have a good environment, the court will not sit. Who will be affected? It's not those who carry out business in River State. It's not the residents of River State that will suffer. I said, no, this cannot happen. I have to put it in the proper position. So that's to induce them. River State used to go to Bayelsa for industrial matters. And 80% of those matters come from the River State. I said, no, what do? We told the industrial court. River State will build a befitting industrial court to stop our people from moving from River State to Bayelsa. That again is what inducement. We did for Federal High Court. If you saw the Federal High Court before, you say, what kind of country is this? We said, no, for a state like Rivers, this is not befitting. We bid for the Federal High Court. Like you said, that is what inducement. You saw what we did as a state for the judges. We now take this occupied things. Every judge will make sure we have a residence, or you talk about, if you don't want the resident, financial aspect. We give. As I came out as governor, I will not be hearing about judgments against me and against the inter. So all these kind of inducement, people who don't have anything to say should not make us not to do what we're supposed to do. We are not focused. Okay, those who say like MBA, let me just tell you. MBA is supposed to be a voice, is it not? To criticize government, is it not? And therefore, thought of MBA should not be induced, is it not? So it should have a view, independent view. But what about the situation where MBA want to hold a question? You go and beg on my money. In that case, what do we say? Would have a view, independent view. So let us please do what we're supposed to do, and do not bother yourself, because I cannot be the final minister here. The Mr. President will not be the only president. He will finish his 8 years and go. I'll leave as it suits Mr. President. So what are you using them for? It's not correct. It's not correct. So what we're trying to say, sir, you don't make me forget the good things that Nigeria want to hear. So look at the number of, in fact, we are also going to lay foundation for industrial court judges and the code, the judge of code of conduct tribunal. It is the duty of FCT to provide houses for public officers in this city. It's not the first time. Even under the military, that's our job. That Supreme Court was built by FCT. That Assembly was built by FCT. So let us not send to the public what is not correct. We're also going to a flag off the road to, like I said, Maraki to Zuba, then the Southern Parkway, which is also to be carried out by CGC. No, but of it all, let me just tell you what of it all. I was shocked the day the First Lady called my attention. I thought, that the First Lady want to ask me this and that. But Minister, how do you feel when you are coming to Abuja? What shows you that you are entering the city? You've been traveling out. How do you know that you are entering the city? I said, no, that's okay. Look at the Iguala city gate. Is that what is supposed to be a city gate? I said, okay, I'll look at it. After about 2 months, she called again. What is going on? I said, Your Excellency, it will be done. Why do I say this? Somebody who has interest of the country, of the administration. Not calling you to say, I need his favor. Calling you attention. That is how a city is supposed to be. I hope, as you are passing there, don't sleep. Let the eye be open. Pass there in the night. You need to go and say, Your Excellency, thank you for this idea. It is her brain, it is her brainchild, it is her everything. This is the way the city. It has never occurred to me. That I have not occurred to any other person who has been minister or any government. We just pass there night this afternoon and then pass in the night. Tell me why you will not be happy.
So as a honor to her, we should be the one commissioning that project, or the president.
I have told Mr. President that you are not the one to inaugurate that. It is the brainchild of the first lady. Let her also before what she initiated. But it does not matter. It is the administration. And that's what I tell people. It's not in government, no minister, I did that. Contributing to the development of the area, contributing to the administration. Let me not use this word to describe it. I'm not behind it. So you don't want to. You're not too tall. You're not too short. So he sent me a text. He said for his interaction with people, that they would think that if we can move some of the agencies of government, FCT, or the satellite times, that would decongest, that would reduce the rural urban migration. Thinking well to contribute, but my blame is not have gone there. People have come by attention. But see how somebody who means well, the way they contribute. It's not by you coming out criticizing and criticizing, but he has made a point and I've accepted. Now I'm thinking towards it. That is what good citizens should do. Not, oh, this government is not doing anything, why not take out the agencies to, that's not how government should operate. That's not how you should have a constructive criticism. Make your own suggestion to government. Government cannot do this. Government does not do everything. Government, you see, I'm human. As I sit here, it's don't think that I do everything. But if you can call my attention, draw my attention to certain things, I have to I never diverted my mind to that. It's a good point. Just like I told you what the first lady did now, and what I told her this has done. They added that the people of Karu are happy with you, your administration. The people of Karu are happy. So since this man comes from there, every day you see him smiling, he's happy now. You see what they call impact of governance. So forget the one I watched him this morning, what he was arguing about the letter I the court judgment and this and that. I said, well, that's for them there. But he's happy as a Karu man that they can now have the impact of